Cheers, guys. We're at a kow-thom restaurant. This is Bangkok's and Thailand's kind of izakaya-style dining. It's really quick, fast dishes that they are mostly done in the wok. Super salty, greasy, MSGzy that you want to have with like a beer and also sit down and watch the game and eat with friends and just really kind of watch the world go by and see what's happening on the street next to you. So we're in Sukhumvit 105. I didn't plan to eat here today. I was headed to a northern restaurant. I wanted to introduce you guys to a good place to eat northern food in the city because there aren't a lot of spots, but it was closed. So kind of sad about that. Happens all the time. Luckily, I keep a backup restaurant in the area. This is my backup today. It's kow-thom. I've written a great article about kow-thom. I love it. Kow-thom is basically the boiled rice. It's basically wet rice, which is kind of weird to me. I don't know who would want to eat wet rice, but it's when you have this salty, greasy food, you'll kind of understand why people eat it and why it's so enjoyable. These are also kind of late night spots, so I don't want you to confuse this with the congee or the boiled rice. They do have kow-thom with like fish and other ingredients that is delicious and quite often eaten for breakfast in Bangkok. But that's not really what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about late night kow-thom. It just comes in a bowl, and then you have all of these dishes, which will be coming soon to cover the table, that you can eat with your kow-thom. And as you eat it, little bits and pieces of whatever you're eating kind of break off into the bowl of this wet rice. So at the end, you have this little porridge with little salty, crispy bits of duck and chicken and whatever kind of breaded or fried dishes that you had to eat that day. So I'll show you some of the dishes. Most of these places are made to order like as you wish, right? You just kind of point to what you want or kind of make something up about what dish you're wondering. That can be really difficult if you don't speak Thai. And a lot of even Thais come here and they don't really know what to order. So a lot of them will also have a menu and quite often have a picture menu. This menu is freaking huge. I don't know how you would figure out how to order everything. This is really more for like the customer's convenience than anything else. It's 2 pages. It's really ridiculous. Some of them will have like the giant Bible style menu. It'll be like that thick. Kind of impossible. I will show you a couple of dishes to order that the locals love that you can try. And I'll try to describe them for you, even though, they're messy and they're meant to eat with beer. They're hot, they're spicy, they're salty, and this is not the place to come if you have an allergy or sensitivity to MSG, because that's normally one of the main ingredients and why it's so great tasting. So I don't have any problems with MSG. It does make me a little thirstier than normal. I can usually tell when it's in the food. I think Americans eat a lot of MSG and they don't know that they're eating it. So, oh no, they don't have one of our dishes, but that's okay. There's only 150 other things on the menu that we can order. Actually Americans eat a lot of MSG, whether they know it or not. If you've ever had beef jerky, that tingly feeling that you get in your mouth is because it's laced with MSG. If you've ever been to KFC and had that crunchy fried chicken, inside that batter is MSG. So I think people tend to come here and freak out about MSG, even if they don't know they actually have it in their diet all the time. So gonna eat a little bit of that today. Don't worry, it'll be all right. Mostly I want to tell you that these are fun places to hang out, fun places to sit around with the Thai locals and kind of yell at the TV screen. So the game is just starting right now. Hopefully we'll hear some cheers and some oohs and ahs and everything else that they do while they're watching the game. So enjoy the rest of the video and this beautiful, tasty looking food. All right, guys, I'm going to tell you really quick what we ordered today and end the vlog by tasting it a little bit for you. All right, basically, this is a great place to order something that you wouldn't normally eat, right? Because, again, you've got the beer here, right? So you're a little bit under the influence, so this probably sounds like a good idea. Fried pork intestines. Looks like potato chips served with a deep, dark, sweet soy sauce. So you see it's quite sticky and drippy. I've already spilled it a little bit. That tastes way better than it should to be pork intestines. Yeah, they're just deep fried. They don't have like a batter or anything on them. And you got a little bit of that awful taste, the kind of remind you that you're eating intestines. Otherwise, it tastes like potato chips. This is a strange dish. It's basically snakehead fish deep fried with grapao, or the Thai holy basil leaves. So it's in these really big chunks, and it's got some sauce at the bottom of it. I could eat it just like this with my hands, but normally what you're going to do is go ahead and drop it off in your soup. Yeah, so you scoop some up, dump it in your soup. Remember that you have the beer ready. And this dish is very Thai. It's got the basil in it, it's got chili in it, it's got garlic in it, and it's got this fish that everybody loves, done a little bit different, kind of sliced and buried under all the other ingredients. So you got all those flavors Thais love, in addition to the crispy fried snakehead fish. So it's good. It's not terribly spicy. Very manageable. Especially when you eat it with the rice. It's not, the spice doesn't hurt as much. The basil, though, with that chili, like any other time, does have a kick to it. Really good and crispy. I think there are a couple little bones in there, but because they fried it so crispy and hard, you can go ahead and like crunch your way through those too. Okay, up next is it's a kind of a white scallion covered deep fried pork and tofu. That was the pork. Here's a chunk of tofu. We're just gonna dump it in. Maybe grab one of these. Grab some intestines, throw that in. Wash it down with some beer. And then we get back to our meal. So I hope you guys can see, like, it's super tasty and super cheap. Not the most beautiful meal that you'll have, but unless you're starving, because in that case, this stuff looks amazing. But it is very, very, very much an important part of the street food culture in Bangkok, because this is just where everybody hangs out at the end of the night after a long day. And a lot of these places are open until beyond midnight, like 1 or 2 a.m. And if you've been partying or you're coming out of the club, like, this is the type of drunk food that you want to have. So I've got couple little bits and pieces of all of these dishes in this soup now. And that basil and chili and everything is beginning to flavor the soup. So every little dip, it tastes a little bit better. Okay, the very last dish is a ground pork dish. Mu pad nam liep. It's a very, how do I say, a very like pedestrian Thai food dish. This is something you order when you want to impress your Thai friends. They'll be like, oh, what, you really know that dish? Very simple, and then it comes with, on the side, it comes with a little corner of crispy garlic, like hard fried garlic. So it's very salty, not spicy at all, and then you have some crunch from the fried garlic. If you eat it without the rice, you're like, why would you want to eat it that way? Like it's almost too salty. It's on the borderline between too salty and like perfect. But it's closer to the side of too salty. So you're just gonna really grab a spoon, dig in some of the veggies, and dump that into your porridge. I wanted to talk about this dish, so I saved it for last, but normally I would start with this dish because it's so salty and they've got so much of the prick Thai or the Thai white pepper sprinkled on top that it just completely flavors your entire soup. Okay, that's late night kow-thom eating, hanging out in the city, watching the crowd go by, eating both some strange stuff, some MSGZ salty stuff, and having a beer. Hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe and click like. Thanks for watching. You look miserable. You hungry? You want me to share? The people on YouTube got to eat too.